guys, how's it going? Well, I'm gonna kick out another video here, and yeah. So, week has been a very fun and interesting week. I titled my last video "Moving the Chains" or "The Chains Are Moving" or whatever I titled it. You guys know. If you don't know, watch my videos already. Gosh. Okay, so anyway, um, in my last video, I said how I'd spent basically 3 weeks in the 380s. Well, I can say I am out of the 380s this week. So weight, I am now 377. So that's a 6 pound weight loss from last time. So that's a hallelujah. Working out, it's helped me out a lot. It's helped me, but it's also slowed me down. I actually had my doctor's appointment yesterday for my 3 month checkup, and he said that what he really thinks is that I'm building a lot of muscle. Like, I have a significant amount of muscle mass on me now. It is slowing down my weight loss, but as I keep doing what I'm doing and kind of level out, then it will raise back my metabolic rate and will take care of everything. So he said he's not surprised by it. He was actually, I went into the doctor and I was really just like down the whole day. The nurse is like, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I'm okay." And she's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Well, I'm just frustrated. I feel like I spent most of December in the 380s, and so she weighed me in, and their scale's always a lot better than my scale, because when I take my scale, when I weigh in the mornings, after I first get up, so I just kind of maybe have like a pair of shorts on or something like that. So like no extra clothes, no shoes, no nothing. There I had all my clothes on and everything, and I weighed in at 375. And so my scale's probably anywhere from 5 to 6 to 7 pounds off. So, which it typically is, and I know I'm always going to be lighter when I go to the doctor's office, but I'm sticking with my scale, with what my scale is telling me, because that's the updates I give you every week. So like the doctor runs in the room and he's like, "Dude, the nurse just told me you're frustrated." And I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "You've lost 95 pounds." Which, remember, it's 93 pounds because, we're going by my scale. But he's like, "You've lost 95 pounds in 3 months." I'm like, "Yeah, I know, but I was doing really good and it just slowed down." He's like, "I'm going to smack you." So I had the coolest doctor in the world. His name's Van Valina. He's a really super cool doctor, and he's been really encouraging. He gives great advice, and he's helped me out with a lot of stuff. So, um, but he was like, he's just like, "I'm gonna smack you." He talked to me and everything, and kind of he gave me some more advice on working out and stuff like that, because he has like a top of the line personal trainer. He used to work out with this guy called Mr. Texas, which apparently is like one of the best personal trainers or something. I don't know who he is. So anyway, so he's given me some advice and stuff like that to kind of help me gain the muscle, but not really like overdo it or anything. So overall, he's pretty impressed. He did set my goals for 3 months from now very low though, which I don't know if it was just because he didn't want to depress me. But he said, "Oh, I think you'll lose between 25 and 40 pounds by the time we meet next." I'll tell you what, in April, if I've only lost 40 pounds, I quit. So I'm getting a pizza. It just, that's gonna suck. Like, I think I can do better, and you know, I feel good and everything. It's just been kind of, it's like, I want to reach my goals. So my new goal, by the way, my original goal is 185, but I think with the amount of muscle I want to put on, I'm gonna set that around 220. Just because I'll still be technically overweight, but if I have that much muscle mass, it doesn't really matter. Um, but if I reach 185, I reach 185. It's great. Who cares? Um, so yeah, so we're good. We lost 6 pounds from last week, which is really nice. Funny story, I got to tell you. I had to share it with my wife first to make sure that it was going to be okay that I told you guys. So I'm at the gym, and I have my confidence has been through the roof, and uh, I felt really good about myself and everything. And I'll tell you what, the Under Armour shirts that I mentioned last week, they're actually compression shirts. And so if you're small enough to be able to get one, they're very nice. They make you feel very good. So they kind of hold all the jigglypuffs down. So they actually do better than just an undershirt. And so my jigglies are under control. So I feel good. I feel slimmer. It's nice. So I was at the gym, and the gym, I don't ever feel fat at the gym. I don't ever feel overweight. I feel really good. Like I'm just like I'm there working out. I'm doing my thing. The only thing I worry about is sometimes I show a little butt crack. So for a big guy, I have like no butt whatsoever, and so I show butt crack. And so I'm always like, oh, somebody behind me is seeing some crack right now. Um, but I'm at the gym and I'm working out, and I'm in this one section with treadmills. There's treadmills all over the place, but there's this one section with really long, like a long row of treadmills. There's treadmills, and then in front of, like they're back against the wall, and then in front of you there's these old bikes, like exercise bikes that only old ladies get on. In fact, I'm being dead serious. I've never seen anyone on these bikes but old ladies. And then the next row are like some elliptical machines, and I think one treadmill, which is really strange. And then in front of that's the TVs. And so I'm all the way in the back, and in front of me there's like three like middle-aged women, whatever, kind of doing the ellipticals, and I'm the only one on the treadmills. And these two girls walk in. One girl is I see her there a lot. Because you always notice the young people because I work in a place where it's like all older people, and so I noticed, oh, I'm like, oh, I've seen her before and everything. Just a fleeting thought, not like I'm like, hey, baby, what's up? I'm married, so I'm married. But anyway, so she walks in. I kind of see who she is and everything, and because I'm facing the door. Like the door is like right off to the side, so anybody that walks in, I'm facing them. And so she walks in. She walks in with some girl I've never seen before, and so they kind of put their coats around, and then they start walking around, and they end up right in front of my treadmill. What happens is I have an EP in, or like a small CD, and I'm listening to a new artist that I've been listening to. It runs out, but I'm in a run on the treadmill. And so I'm out of music, and it's not set up. I don't have a playlist set up or anything, so I need to pick a new song. But I'm in a full run, and I'm just like, until I'm supposed to come down from that run, I'm just going to let it go, and I'll just push through. Well, these girls stopped just about that time in front of me. And so I have no music playing in my ears, but you can tell these things are massive in my ears and that I can't hear anything. In fact, I've had people tap me before because they're trying to say something to me, and my volume's not even like a quarter of the way up. I just can't hear anything outside. These girls stop right in front of me, and they turn their back to me. Now, this is the awkward thing. There's no one in this place. So they're like right in front, maybe a little bit off to the side, but they're like right there. Like I couldn't have touched them, but they were right there. Okay. And the one girl that I see all the time there, she goes to the other girl. She like leans over like this. Remember, I'm behind them, and she's like, "Hey, that's the guy I was telling you about yesterday." And she goes, "What are you talking about?" The other girl's like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "The really hot fat guy." And she goes, "Oh, where?" "Behind us." And so they both at the same time go and look at me, and I'm like, I'm jogging, and I'm just like, I mean, you know, I, that's gonna tickle my funny bone, So I'm trying not to start cracking up because I'm like, you girls just got busted. So, um, but I felt good. Felt like got bigger. I started to flex my guns. I was like, wow, I feel, yeah. then I ran home and told my wife so that I would be free of any kind of sin. So, um, but it was funny. It was nice to know I'm back in the game. So I feel like I'm back in the game now. So, back in the game meaning that girls will find me attractive, not that I am looking, because I'm very happily married. I just want to be clear about that. So that's why I talked to my wife about it. So I'm like, I'm gonna put this in my video, and she's like, that's fine. It's a funny story. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, I just don't want you to think that it's like, I'm like, yeah, I can get chicks now, or anything like that. So, um, so that was my encouragement of the week from some random girls. I am changing a little bit about my weighing in. I've been a little crazy weighing in, and I think it's kind of gotten me a little depressed and stuff lately. So I'm actually only going to weigh in now on Wednesdays, which is when I make this video. Usually you get it on Thursdays. I always make the video on Wednesday, and then I edit a little bit as I go, because remember, I have two children and one is an infant. And I take care of them during the day, and so it's like I've got things to do. And the evenings is workout time, family time, all that kind of stuff. So I try to get it done in sleeping schedules and stuff like that. So weighing in, I used to weigh in like every time I went to the bathroom, and then I backed off of that and I went to day and night, like before I go to bed and then when I wake up. And then I went to just, which is what I've been doing recently, just in the morning is the only time I weigh in. Well, the problem is that I think that it's like, because I don't see it happening as fast as I want it to happen or anything, or I get like 4 or 5 days where it's just like I lose a bunch of weight, and then sometimes I just stop for like 3 or 4 days, and I'm like always the same weight, and I'm like, man, I don't even want to go to the gym and stuff like that, and so it's starting to discourage me. So I'm done with that. I'm gonna weigh in once a week, and that's going to be that. Next Tuesday, I by the way, I put this in every single one of my videos for the last 3 weeks, but I keep going too much over time, and I don't want to give you a 25-minute vlog. Um, I'm going to be posting a Tuesday video for YouTubers only. Okay, not Facebookers. You're not getting it. Only because, um, well, one person has asked me to put their video on their weight loss site, and I will do that. And I think I'm going to put it on the weight loss surgery site also. What it is I'm going to start making some special videos, um, about nutrition, maybe recipes and stuff like that, but then also working out. And so I'm working on a workout video right now. It's going to be a two-part series where I'm actually going to show you first the products you can get, and then the workouts to do. That will help. I know there's a lot of people that aren't ready to go to the gym because they just don't feel very comfortable. And there's also people that they just can't afford to go to the gym. And so I'm like, well, if you can dish out maybe just $150 in the beginning and get a few items, then you can work out for the next 6 or 7 months at home and get a very good workout. And so I've put together some products and stuff like that, worked with some personal trainers to be able to put this together for you guys, and specifically targeting for overweight people, something that you can do very inexpensively, but from your own home, in the comfort of your own home, so that if, for us that were really, really big in the beginning, we maybe don't feel like getting on the machines and stuff like that in a gym. And so this is to help you get the workout in that you need to get in, and but not, I'm not going to show you things that are going to massively build muscle, but enough to keep you toned and to help counter that losing the muscle when you're, especially for weight loss surgery patients, you're losing a lot of muscle. And I'll tell the story in my video about a guy that I met that was so weak that he has to have a nurse get him off the toilet. And he's like 6 years post-op, gastric bypass. So it's because he didn't do anything to retain his muscle, and he's weak. And so, anyway, so I'm making this video so you guys can check it out. Like I said, YouTubers are going to see it, and then if you see it on the Withering Wellness page or the weight loss surgery page, then you can give it some love too. So, all right, guys, have a good week. And sorry there wasn't more to say in this video. I kicked Bertha out, so a lot of people have been asking for Bertha to come back. I kicked Bertha out, so I caught her sniffing my dirty underwear, and it was really weird. All right, see you later.
We will overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. Every